If you suffer from hip pain, back pain, or any other kind of pain, follow along for this 10-minute stretching routine. We're gonna go full body. So if you have any aches or pains anywhere, we can cover exactly what you're struggling with. Now, to begin, we're gonna work on the quads. The first stretch we're gonna do, we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. If you have any areas that you find tighter than others, you can focus there. Maybe hit pause on a video. Instead of just going through one round of each stretch that we're gonna do together, you can maybe hit pause, do it 3-4 sets, and then hit play again for the next exercise. But cautious of your time, we're gonna go through nice and fast. So the first one you're gonna do is just bring your quad all the way back to here, and we're gonna time 30 seconds. You really wanna be able to feel the stretch. If you don't, you wanna then maybe lean back, open up the hip a little bit more, or just pull this a little bit tighter and closer to the body. And we're halfway through. Most people you see on the internet is gonna give you this really holistic, slow, and change, and have really soft music in the background. I ain't fucking doing that. You'll get some good stretches from me, but you're not gonna get none of that other bullshit. But what I can do is talk to you while you're waiting and you're stretching with me a little bit more about the ladies inside Smart Body Performance and the results they achieve. There's a reason why we're one of the most sought after female programs on the internet. And I'll slowly touch on a few things that we do with our ladies, not just to move pain-free with the stretches like we're doing, but some of our nutrition tactics, sleep tactics, etc. So hopefully during this stretching session, you'll take a lot of value away as well. Good, and rest there. We're then gonna go for the glutes. What you're gonna do from here is you're gonna put your right leg over your left knee. So your ankle is almost touching your knee. You're gonna shuffle down, lie back, hands go through, interlock, and pull your shins towards you, stretching out the glutes. If you wanna get a tighter stretch, pull even closer towards you. So we've been featured in Forbes magazine, Apple News, and other media publications for our client results. So when I'm talking from a perspective of transformation, you know that it's legit, because we've had 1,500 plus women's transformations. We've got a team of 10 specialists within our company, Smart Body Performance, helping ladies transform and change. The first thing you want to do, if you're a woman over 30 in particular and you want to transform, you need to start with sleep. And it sounds silly, but set yourself a bedtime. You're a grown woman, not a 2-year-old child. Stop trying to stay up late and eat snacks under the duvet. Go to bed on time, wake up on time. What a lot of our members do is they set what's called reverse alarms. So an alarm that goes off in the evening, which is like an accountability reminder to try and get your head down, go to bed on time. And also, if you don't have the blue light in your face before sleep, you get a better sleep-wake cycle and you go to sleep faster with a higher quality. Good, we're now gonna switch over and we're gonna go to our hamstrings. One leg, one forward. Press play on the timer and just lean over that front leg. Then for sleep, if you have a carbohydrate meal in the evening, about 3 hours pre-bed, you're gonna release more tryptophan in the brain, which is a precursor for serotonin and melatonin, which is your sleep hormones. So a high carbohydrate meal pre-bed is gonna help you sleep a lot better as well. Then when you look at nutrition, you wanna try and have a high protein diet. The more protein you have, the more satiated you are, which makes dieting easier so you don't feel fucking hungry all the time. And change. The next thing that protein is useful for is it's got a high thermic effect, which means we burn more calories through digestion, specifically 20 to 30%, which makes dieting a lot easier because you burn more calories by just eating protein, which is always good. The next one, when you're losing body fat, you're vulnerable to lose muscle tissue. So if you have high protein, you can retain the muscle you have, which also speeds up your metabolism. And it's important for recovery too. What we're doing right now is recovery, but having high protein is also recovery. Now, whilst you're in this position here, we're gonna move on to your hips. Place this one flat. What you're gonna do is you're gonna rock forwards. I've got a little bit of a dodgy knee from sport, so I'm just gonna place my left leg for support on my, my left arm against my left leg for support, and I'm just gonna have my arm down here. You might be able to just do it a bit more free ball like this, and if you can, that's great. And hold this for 30 seconds. Also with nutrition, you don't want to be in too deep of a deficit. If you're quote unquote starving yourself, metabolism slow down, you hit an inevitable plateau, it won't be enjoyable, you have no energy, you'll lose loads of muscle. It's why things like GLP-1s, weight loss injections, they're not great, because you end up losing so much muscle and being so deficient in nutrients the body desperately needs. that you end up plateauing and putting yourself in very bad risks of poor health. So it's something to be careful of. You only want, and change, a small deficit of approximately 20-25%, which is more than enough. We're just gonna stretch out the other hip, same time frame. With your training, you want it to be resistance. Strength training is the best. If you train 3 days a week, 3 times 40-minute strength training is more than enough. When you strength train, you build muscle tissue. When you have more muscle tissue, it makes it a lot easier to lose weight because you have a faster metabolism. I know I was rocking there, you should probably hold, force a habit. I do a lot of dynamic stretching because I used to play professional sport growing up. Good. Now we're gonna go on to the back. Simply laying down, right leg goes over, this arm pushes the right knee down, you're coming out just like this. And you're gonna hold for 30 seconds. Strength training is also gonna help you build a toned physique. My guess is you don't want a skinny fat physique. If you lose body fat just through cardio, you'd also lose muscle and have no shape. So strength training is gonna be incredible for also building muscle or maintaining muscle to give you the shape and the curves and the toned figure you probably want as you're dropping body fat. And change. I think that's 30 seconds. If not, maybe hold it a little bit longer and hit pause. Being a little bit intuitive as I can't see my watch. And hold. This one feels nicest for me, I've got a tight back. Then the next thing, guys, activity levels. Most of our ladies are high performance, career driven women, but typically more sedentary based. At a desk, you know, not moving too much throughout the day, just sitting in meetings. Every 90 minutes, where possible, try to get up and move your body. Even an under the desk treadmill can be really positive as well. For now, coming up here, what are you gonna do for the groins? Both feet together just like this, interlock the fingers, and just push your knees as close to the floor as you can, just like this. Now with your steps, ideally doing it outside where you can get fresh air, vitamin D is gonna be really good for your mood and health as well. But at the minimum, if you get towards 8K steps a day, you reduce the risk of mortality by 21% and cardiovascular disease by 53%, which is crazy statistics. So the health benefits of getting out and walking more and having a higher activity is absolutely freaking incredible. And it's not something anyone should be neglecting, not just for physique, but for health too. Good. Then we're going to go on to the upper body. Now for the upper back, interlock the fingers, arms forward, head down, and push and roll your shoulder blades as far forward as you can to stretch the upper back. The next thing, guys, is consistency with your journey. Most women stop 3 foot away from gold, meaning the stubborn areas ain't going, they give up, yo-yo diet, and go back to square one. The harsh reality is losing body fat takes time. For every 1 pound of body fat, that's 3,500 calories. So when you look logistically, if you have 50 pounds to lose and you're in a 500 calorie deficit a day, it's probably gonna take you 50 weeks to get that weight off. That's nearly a year. You have to be consistent long term. Shoulders, across the body, pulling this towards you. The consistency is where the magic happens. And if you're not losing weight and hitting plateaus, you probably either want to increase your movement or decrease your calories. Eat less, move more, in the most simple term, is a good strategy. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Then if you want more energy in the day, especially for your workouts, carbohydrates are not the enemy. Having them pre and post workout to fill glycogen stores, which you use to burn in training sessions for more energy, is a game changer. Then you can also look at strategically and changing sides using caffeine, but try not to have it within 8 to 10 hours pre-bed because it'll ruin your sleep. But if you have this caffeine, 30, 40 minutes pre-training, you're gonna have a lot more energy. But if you train in the evening, have a pump formula instead, good for focus, good for your training and getting blood flow into the muscle, just not as much caffeine because you don't want to ruin your sleep. Good. Then if you've got a tight neck, you can literally just roll your neck around just like this. You might be training upper back, your traps, which is the muscle right up here through the neck. You might be feeling a little bit of tightness, so you can hold one side a little bit more if you're feeling tight in certain areas. You also want to stretch the muscles you don't think about too much, like the neck, especially if you sleep a little bit funny. Then for chest, you're gonna hold on to something and all you're gonna do is stretch out. So quite simply, you can look a little bit like this, using something like this here. Hold, twist, open it out and stretch. You don't have to hold your breath if you don't want to. I'm just holding it because I like to feel the stretch. And once you've done that, 30 seconds on each side and you're good to go. So that's a very simple full body stretching routine. I hope you find it useful. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We post a lot of value every single day. And you can go over to my Instagram at Reece Hallard to find more content helping women over 30 lose fat fast. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.